so it's just us, and we're just going to meditate together. So there's no need to be very far away. What was that? I'm holding this. I picked this up, and at that moment, that's when I made that noise. Let's see. It's like, oh my God, what did I do? I cracked it.
I want to get us another bowl that's cracked.
Wait, that's not the right. Darlene, there is a book on my desk. It's The Way of Rest. Jeff Foster. I think it's on my desk. Oh, and also a Science of Mind textbook. They're both together. All right. Let me... I think that's a wonderful volume. Okay. Welcome. Glad you're here. Yeah. Now we're talking. That's not the one I meant to have. I don't need these guys either. Hi, Ron. Yes, Greg Schaefer. Now I have my tools. Thank you. See? This on. Do not auto lock. Oh, good. It's 7:01. All right. We shall begin. Let's wait a couple of moments. Some people may stream in. We're just gonna center ourselves and be comfy. In fact, having the doors open is a good thing to start with, because what I want us to do is to orient ourselves to this space. Well, before I do that, I think what I'm going to do is going to pray. I like praying. You guys like prayer? I'm going to pray in what I call the Ron Young technique of prayer. It is. It's quite specific. It truly is. It goes like this. Oh, before I do that, Darlene, there's one more thing. I think on the printer. Forget that. How many of you know the Lord's Prayer? Fine. Don't worry about it then. All right, here we go. So here and now I call the Great Spirit, which I call friend, into the presence of this space. And I say, dear friend, I have such love for you. I have such compassion for you. I have such adoration for you. I have such respect for you. And I know that you, divine spirit, infinite intelligence, have all those things for me. For you and I are one. And it's in this oneness that I can appeal to you. I can ask, I can claim, I can declare. I can speak in the words of shall and must and do and give now. And what I am claiming and declaring right now is peace. For I know that you are peace. I am declaring, claiming, and accepting right now power, for I know that you are power. I am claiming, declaring, and accepting right now prosperity, for I know that you are pure abundance. I'm claiming and accepting right now givingness, for I know that you are giving and forgiving. And so it is from this place that I accept your blessings, and I receive those blessings and return those blessings out into the world, multiplied, pressed down, doubled over. Feeling the joy of this moment, feeling the solemnity of this moment, feeling the sacredness of this moment in community with loved ones and dear ones, be they here in person or in that physical space that's called the virtual space that's just as real as this place. I say thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Divine Spirit. Thank you, Infinite Spirit. Thank you, friend, for all that you are, all that you have, all that you give, and all that I am. And I know that the I am I speak of is the same I am that comes from your own words as you hear these words in your ears. We are all one. We are all God incarnate, just as the drop is of the ocean. And in this moment we fall back into that full body, feeling it, knowing it, and so it is. Thank you. So I invite you right now to just loosen the body, let go of the day. Whew. If you have to make some noises, whew. And then look around this room. We come here every Sunday and Wednesdays and sometimes during the week, but do we actually look around the room? Look around the room. See the various ways that we receive the messages, that we hear the messages, that the messages are disseminated out to us, the ways we come into the room. And literally turn around, look behind you, see where the exits are, see where the windows are, see where the fake windows are and the real windows are. Where are the lights? Where is the energy coming in? And you at home, do the same thing. Look around your space. Where are your entry points and your exit points? Who's behind you? What's above you? What's below you? Just spend a moment to just feel into the place that you're in. The Peace Pole? Center for Spiritual Living, that has been there since Father's Day of last year when we moved back into the building. Yes. And the plan is to light it up so we can see it a little bit better. The gentleman who does that has been super busy. COVID gave him lots of business, so people wanted a lot more signs, I guess. Put your mask on or whatever the sign had to say. Yeah, it is very subtle. Yes. Okay. You know, I've come to really trust how Spirit shows up in my world. And something said to do the Lord's Prayer. This night is about meditation. It's about centering. And, you know, it's been said for centuries, it's by Emmett Fox in his Sermon on the Mount, says that the Lord's Prayer is the most perfect prayer. It has all the elements. It has that recognition, our Father. It has unification, hallowed be thy name, wholeness be thy name, right? And it has all the demonstration steps that you need to take in the practice of it. And then it has the let go and the release. It really is a very wonderful, ancient form of scientific mind treatment. So I thought that we would ground ourselves with that communal word, because it's also our version, in many ways, of a Sanskrit chant. Those Sanskrit chants are also very grounding, and I don't really know anything other than, I don't even know how to do it, Nam-myo Reiki Kyo or whatever. There's so many, and I wish that there was someone here who knew that. If there was someone here who knew a really good Sanskrit chant, I'm open to doing that, but I don't know if we have that. But I think we all do know the Lord's Prayer. Dearest Ron.
Debts or trespasses?
I like debts and debtors, but we can do trespasses, whatever. I'm open to. Okay. Instead of trespasses, we'll do debts and debtors. Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory forever. Amen. Did someone see it? That's right. There's another one right here. Yeah, I see it now. It's 10 after. I don't think anybody else is going to come. So, Dale, would you mind closing the doors? Okay. And I want to welcome Pat and Gregory and Jennifer, who are with us. And I don't know if I don't see anyone else at this moment, but I'm glad you're here. We are streaming on Facebook and live.
And on the website.
We just have the one main camera. So I thought I would start with little Dr. Holmes. Then we'll go into this young man named Jeff Foster, who I really find powerful. He does some love and heart meditations, and then we'll just see where we're guided to go after that. All right. This is from the Meditations for Self-Help in the back of the book of Science of Mind, page 514. It's called "Be Still and Know." So I invite you to just center yourself in your space. Robert's having a good time. Nothing like a chuckle. What do you want to share?
Oh, that's a favorite of mine.
Is it? I know. I was talking with a friend earlier today, and he was really spinning around something, and he just was so decided. I gotta figure it out. I always said to him, "Don't just do something. Sit there." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Yeah. Doing nothing sometimes is doing something really important." And I think this is what is in the spirit of this right here. So here we are. Now I'm going to read this. I'll do 3 chimes of the bowl, and then we're going to sit with these words for about 7 minutes afterwards. And I'll give 3 chimes of the bowl to come out of this particular phase. So hear these words. Let them fall on your heart. And let these words fall into your space in that gap that we love to go to. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. I am still in thy presence. I am quiet and peaceful, for I put my trust in thee. A great stillness steals over me, and a great calm quiets my whole being as I realize thy presence. The heart knows of thee, O Most High within. It is still in thy presence, and it puts its whole confidence in thee alone. In thy presence, I am still. Take a nice deep breath. Audible release. Meditation. This is, we are meditating, but we're also doing contemplation. I gave you some words, so we're really going to dive into some of those contemplative spaces that are also part of a meditative practice. We just did an exercise in the practitioner meeting, the E-team meeting, where we brought our left brain and our right brain into union. It reminds me now, as I think about it, about the duality of life. This is a reading from Jeff Foster, called a book called The Way of Rest, Finding the Courage to Hold Everything in Love. Dr. Holmes was in love with love. He was aware of the dual nature of life and saw that duality as an expression of the multiplicity and unity of all that exists. It is in that spirit that I offer this reading called 2 by 2. A great flood is coming. Construct a safe haven for your loved ones. Build an ark deep in your heart. Let all the creatures in, 2 by 2. Doubt and certainty, joy and sorrow, confusion and clarity, bliss and boredom. Everything sacred, everything profane, every thought, every sensation, every feeling, every neglected fragment of your ancient self. Craft an ark of love vast enough to hold it all. Let each pair of opposites find sanctuary in your non-dual vastness. Sail toward a gentler world. Nice deep breath. Audible release. On this next breath, tighten up every muscle in your body. Just take it in, a nice deep breath. Tighten everything up. Hold the breath at the top. Take in a little more air. A little more. Hold it. Release. The heart. The heart is an unlimited room. There is always enough room for the contents of this moment. The highest joy, the deepest agony, thoughts that won't stop spinning, the heart can hold it all. Embrace is all it knows. Space is its nature. It needs no time, it asks nothing, it gives everything in return. It is home for all those lost parts of yourself. It is home for all those lost parts of yourself, for all the abandoned pieces of the puzzle of you. Remembering the heart, acknowledging its presence, honoring its invincibility, savoring its warmth like a deep exhale, like a cold drink on a scorching day, like a fond memory of a loved one long since departed. They gave you a name before you were named, and that name was love. And you will never understand until you stop trying. They gave you a name before you were named, and that name was love. And you will never understand until you stop trying. I invite you to stop trying and just be. Take a breath. And be. in all that life offers us, in all that we get to know, all that we're called to know. Sometimes we forget to know the very one self that we know better than any other self. Love song to myself. You are the one I wake with every morning, the one I breathe with, the one whose every heartbeat I feel as my own. You are the one I walk with, the one I speak and sing with, the one who stays with me through every waking moment of every sacred day. You are the one I get sick with, the one I cry with, the one whose anger and joy and doubt surges through me like fire. You are the one I will die with, the one whose arms I return to. You are the one I see in every face, shining through every pair of eyes, shimmering through the silences, the trails of dust, and the spaces in the canopy. You are my constant companion, my home, my reason, my joy, my life. We cannot be divided. We cannot be two. Even one is too many for us. I sing this song to myself, disappearing into the song, and I am never alone. I invite you to continue to watch your breath. Stay in the sacred space that you're in, recognizing that we have called in the power of the One. We've rested in the stillness, opened our heart to hold the divinity and the duality of all that is life itself. Had a moment to contemplate our relationship to the self, that we are never alone. And in that allness there is peace, poise, and power. Peace, poise, and power are within me, for they are the witnesses of the inner spirit of all truth, the inner spirit of all love, the inner spirit of all wisdom. I am at peace within me, and all about me responds to that great calm of the inner soul which knows its rightful place in the all good. Power is born from within me and passes into my experience without effort. Power born within me passes into my experience without labor. I rest in security. I rest in peace. For I know the inner light shines forth. I know the inner light illumines my way. I rest in thee. I rest in thee, and so it is. Take in a nice couple deep breaths. Let yourself come back into the room. Maybe move your body a little bit. Let that peace, poise, and power be you. Rise up. Rise up. Right? Sweet. Anything you feel like reflecting on? We've got a couple minutes left, but I wanted just to have time to. I feel like I felt the depth come into the room, and so I know whenever I go that deep, the last thing I really want to do is jump in my car and go somewhere. So I thought it might be nice if I ended a couple minutes early so that we could just kind of come to our bodies again and settle in that space. And we have a couple minutes if you wanted to reflect on anything. It's open. Or not. We can just sit here and enjoy our last 4 or 5 minutes together too. Yeah, go for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
they're never actually
Mm.
they're always kind of going
It flow like there's movement. Yes.
about this thing. And so that sail I saw on this bark carrying these things, and I could release at the same time. I just glide along.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I really felt that flow experience when you were expressing that. Just in flow, right? In this. Mm-hmm. But nothing being pulled apart. It's not stress. It's just.
Glide along through the sunset there, wherever, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been away up north in the summertime. It doesn't get dark.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does. You see this light up in the distance. It's really
Mm.
it's something else.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was drawn to the ark as well. When I read that, I was like, yeah, that's what we carry within us, and we're so busy trying to throw some of that stuff overboard. You can't. So just put it in the boat and let it float. Hello, my brother Craig. Good to see you here, my brother. Craig as opposed to Greg, who is here. All right. Dale, yes.
The room of the heart. A lot of work on oneself is capturing those aspects of ourselves that as we grow up through life, if something's been painful or something has been an issue, that it gets set aside. And the part of the healing is bringing the wholeness, bringing that part back into the heart room and accepting it and let it be part of that whole.
Mm-hmm.
First time I've ever thought of it, that within the own heart that all of that's contained rather than, placed somewhere else,
Yeah. Right.
parts of ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I draw a lot of my wisdom from 12-step work, as some of you know. And there's this part where you ask God to release your character defects. And I've always struggled with that concept because if I get a recall order from my car and there is a defective part in my car, I take it to the shop. They don't pull that part out and say, okay, go home now. They pull that part out and they put in a part that works the way it's supposed to work. So really there are no character defects. They're just parts of our character that need some realignment perhaps. Yes, right. And not having no sense of judgment about them that makes them overpowered beyond their ability to do what they need to do, you know?
And then one other concept is what the brother talked about the flow, and physicists talk about the way that everything in the world is connected with the thinking of a three-dimensional infinity. There's complete connection. So within the heart room, if we pull those parts of ourselves back into the flow, then we become full.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a circulatory system.
Mm-hmm.
And out goes the bad, in comes the good.
Who knew that? Is that the Three Stooges? Was that the Three Stooges? I think in goes out goes bad, it goes good, or maybe it was Popeye. But anyway, who knew that all those things we watched as kids were actually spiritual messages? Pretty intense. All right, all. Well, thanks for a lovely evening and for just allowing me to share some of my practice with you. And we'll see what unfolds for next Wednesday. We'll see you all Saturday for the concert and then Sunday for a little celebration of our dear loved one. Yeah, I know. You're welcome, all.
What's the name of the book you referred to that stuff you've been reading for years? Because I'm still
Oh, that's the Seven Mysteries of Life. The Seven Mysteries of Life by Guy Murchie. And I'm just about like almost halfway into it, but I've been reading it so long that I'm thinking I need to start over so I have context for the stuff that I'm getting ready to read into. This is the guy. He looked in like our senses. We think we have five senses. He's broke it down to like there's 32 different senses. Yeah, and all the various beings and entities on the planet and the different sense and sensations and ways they have of feeling their way through the world, radiation, coloration, vibration, things that we have access to but don't touch because we're so busy eating and grabbing, feeling, and all the stuff that humans do. Yeah, all the stuff that we do. Yeah. Okay. Good. What's that?
Thought I was going to say something bad.